Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Mirandus Townhall. We're here in our September edition, and today we have here Fernio, the team lead, and Joshua, the product manager. And we are here to discuss everything related to Mirandus, answer questions, and also keep the discussion afloat about the game. So we're gonna pass the mic to Fernio.
Hi Doug, how are you?
Hello, hello.
Uh, Hi Yosha, glad
Hello.
to have you here today again. How are things?
Yes. Good. Yeah. It's
Glad
a
to hear.
bit hot today in Santiago.
Oh, yeah, I have the sun creeping right by my window, so things are going to get hot in here too. Uh,
Yeah. We can feel the
but
spring already and the allergies.
yeah, yeah, we are on the underside of the world. It's time
Yeah.
for the heat to come.
Well, there's no up and down in space, so maybe we are the upper half.
Yeah, yeah, I always remember like Bugs Bunny cartoons with the I'm digging through the whole world and coming out the other side upside down. And then is it upside down or not? Um, but yeah, we should check to see what's hot in Mirandus right now. So
Yes.
let's talk about the news for the month of September. So, what can we share with the community? This week we have a new reinforcement for the team. A 3D modeler will join us this week. So, yay! The team continues growing, and this will be a big help for us for all the initiatives that we have coming for Mirandus. We we wouldn't be able to tackle as many things as we wish to tackle at the same time without the help of additional people. So yay, we will have another helping hand on the art side of Mirandus. Um, and also, I think this is a long-awaited news for the community. We have kicked off this development. Last week, our lead designer presented his work to us, defining the what will be the first few deliverables for the feature, and based on that, all the others have identified their tasks and estimated them. So, with this information, we can now put this as an official ingredient for our roadmap. So yeah, good news.
That's great
Uh,
news. Yeah.
Things are starting to move there, and players will begin to see the feature building up right in front of their eyes. So exciting news. We hope that players will like having this working there. But before jumping to the roadmap, we should first check back on the event that just finished, right?
Yes. Yeah. So we have some numbers to share. So the event finished yesterday. We did change a couple of things because we're still on a stage where we want to try some things. We know we don't have a lot of time to dedicate to the events, so usually the things that we change are very small. We're still trying to find like a sweet spot for the events, so we're going to share some of the results from the latest one, so we can move to the next slide. So, just as a summary, the things that we changed in September. So, the main one was the distribution of the chaotic trace. We decided to try a balance that was moved towards the smaller goblins. So, we had the hunters and the archers having a higher loot of chaotic trace compared with the two previous events. The idea for us was to allow people that was a bit newer to the game or was less prepared in terms of items and armors and weapons to have a chance to compete in the leaderboard. And also, we wanted to see if things were moving a bit, especially in the top 10. Because we have been seeing, of course, the same names in the last 2 months. So we wanted to try this new configuration and see what was going to happen. Also, we had a sale that was pretty similar to the one we had in August. So this one was called Desperate Measures. It was a mystery chest. It had 3 trinkets, same as August, same rarities. So we had uncommon, rare, and epic. And also had a bonus when you had the collection of the 3 trinkets. And individually, each of the trinkets also had a specific bonus. And when once we have the masteries implemented, these trinkets will get you a bonus in the alchemy mastery, of course, because this was related to a character that was an alchemist. So it made sense.
Yep.
So yeah. Okay, so regarding the leaderboard, we had the same amount of gala that we had in July and August, but in terms of ranking, we had 250 places, so it was the same as August, but less than July. And the rewards were pretty much the same. So if we can move to the next one, we can see the top 10. So congrats to Aileen, who won the first place again. This is his 3rd time. So it's pretty impressive. Also, it's pretty impressive the difference between the 1st and 2nd place in terms of points. And we've been seeing this in the last 3 events. So yeah, Aileen does play a lot. So congrats for the well-deserved 1st place. We also like to see the videos that he uploads to YouTube sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, another thing that I wanted to mention regarding the leaderboard and the events themselves is that we know that there is a lot of feedback, especially regarding this one. It seems like it was a bit less fun than the 2 previous ones. People enjoyed more focusing on the Goblin Brute. So that's something that we are going to take into account. And most likely, I'm going to send the form, the Google form that we use to gather feedback. And as I mentioned on Discord, we know that we don't have enough time to dedicate to implement all the feedback that we get, but we are still reading that feedback, and it's important for us. And Fernio reads that, and Kuro reads that. So even though we are not making a lot of changes now, it's something that we are taking into account for the future. And it's important for us to have the feedback from the community in an organized way. So I really like doing these Google Forms because it's simpler to have all your opinions on a spreadsheet. It's easier to read, and we can go back there whenever we need it. So yeah. We are going to send that link probably this week. So yeah, another thing that I wanted to mention, last one regarding the leaderboard, is that we had a few new players. So we had 24 people that were not in the leaderboard before. So congrats to them as well. It's good to see new people coming into the Mirandus leaderboard. Hopefully that number is going to continue growing. We'll see in the next competitions. So I see some question. How many goblins did we kill? So that one is coming soon. Two more slides to see that.
All right.
Okay, so this one is for the event participation. So we classified our players into 2 groups. One is the ones that participated in the event, so they looted at least one time the chaotic trace. And we have the regular players that didn't loot chaotic trace at all, but did connect to the game and play during the event duration. So we have the numbers here. So we had 60 people that were connected but didn't participate in the event. And we have 269 that actually looted chaotic trace. And these 269 represent 90, no, sorry. From this total, sorry, I had my brain collapsed. From this total, 93% made it into the leaderboard. That's it. Because the leaderboard had 250 places. Now, what we ideally wanted to achieve was around 75% eligibility, but for that, we needed a lot more people. So it seems like the leaderboard is too easy. Maybe we need to have less places. We need to rethink about that. We'll see. Or more people. Whatever happens first. So
Right.
yeah, those are the results that we have in terms of players. And if we move to the next one, we can see the goblins. So as I mentioned, I think it was last month, we did have a slight issue with our data when tracking dead brutes. So we corrected the number that we showed last month. That information is on Discord in case you want to check it out. And this one already has the correct numbers. Now, it's a lot less than the previous months. The previous months were like 1,000 brutes, but that's because they were giving the highest bounty, and these ones were weaker this month. So people that were killing the goblin brute was mainly because they were after the brutes club. Sadly, this time for this event we had 0 brutes club, and so far 7 people had got a brutes club from the brutes, but not during
That's
the event.
right. 7 since we introduced the item as a loot, as a possible loot drop from the brutes,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and do we know if those are 7 individual players, or is there one with
Yes.
more than one brute, one club, I should say?
I I think I checked when they were 5 and they were individual ones, but
Okay.
I can actually check this right away. No, I think it's everyone. No, it's different players.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right. Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
the
thinking
7
about
are different.
one of the features that we are going to be introducing soon to the game that will be showing the roadmap. So I will mention that when we talk about the roadmap.
Mm-hmm. So I see a question if the Brutes Club is available outside the events. Yes, actually, the last one that was obtained was on September 19th. So that was outside of the event duration. So yeah, what we did in August is that we increased the drop rate for the Brutes Club, but this time we didn't do that. So that's why no one got it. Yeah, and we only had 173 brutes killed, so it was very low. So yeah, so those are the results for the kills, and for the hunters and archers, of course, we had a lot. We have 70,000 and 66,000 kills. And the
Yeah,
last
that's a
thing,
lot.
yeah, the last thing I wanted to show you is some upcoming NFTs. So this is very interesting. As we say in Chile, little things are coming. So vienen cositas. So I don't want to do a lot of spoilers on this one, but what we can mention is that the one on the left will be only in one rarity, so that one will be only uncommon. The Link of the Brittle. It's a necklace. And the one on the right, the Everlasting Dandelion, we will have that one on 3 different rarities. So we will have uncommon, rare, and epic. And this won't be for sale. This will be given in a different way. So that's interesting. And the only hint that I'm going to mention is that it's kind of related to the feedback that you guys have been giving us on Discord. So hopefully we will be able to say more soon. I know that there is a blog post prepared for tomorrow, at least regarding one of these 2. So yeah, you will know more tomorrow.
Yeah, keep your eyes open.
Yeah.
Follow Gala's blog. or follow Gala on Twitter, or stay up to date on Discord to get the
Yes.
news on how what can you do to grab one of these NFTs for when you play Mirandus.
Hmm.
All right, very pretty great work from our art director. So shout out
Yeah.
to him for his work on our NFTs.
Yeah, he always
Um,
delivers very, very pretty NFTs. The
yeah, yeah.
arts. Yeah.
We always enjoy the NFTs coming together, seeing what he comes up with. That's cool. Okay, so now changing topics over to the roadmap. Um, let's start by looking at what we had seen last time. So we were talking about uh, having our first preview for of the Skywound mine. I didn't use the proper name last time, but it's the Skywound mine. Anyone can go check and see it by themselves. It's in the game. Uh, it's quite big. I thought we were going to have something small, like for a quick battle there, but the design team really went above and beyond, and we have a huge dungeon with many places to visit and explore. Some of them kind of hidden. Even if you are playing without any enemies there, you may overlook some of the passages and tunnels. So do check it out if you haven't yet. That's there in the game. And we also introduced fall damage, which is something that will be uh, which you can already experience in Narrow's Landing. So be careful there. There's a few falls in Narrow's Landing which can um, where you can take quite the big hit, a lot of damage. But obviously in Skywood Mine, there's a lot of falls and pitfalls and places where you have to watch your step. So yeah, full damage in there. Uh, and that also meant the introduction of potions so that people can prepare before going out exploring and take their fall damage potions with them. So that's everything in the game. And for the near future, we were talking about having additional updates for monthly updates for Skywood Mine, introducing in-game chat and introducing items on the blockchain. So actually being able to mint NFTs right from inside the game. That was something that we hadn't put a date on before. And so last time we were aiming at launching that feature on November, and for the rest of the year and beginning of the next year, we were also talking about finishing Skywood Mine, introducing additional dungeons to the game, and also aiming for having deeds in the game, starting that work. So what has happened between last month and now? Well, now for October, we're still working on Skywood Mine. We're going to have our second preview of the dungeon. We have already done a set dressing. Our level designer has done a set dressing for 3 of the 9 areas or sections of Skywood Mine, so they will have a more polished look. But probably more impactful for the game in general, we have been able to accelerate development on minting items from inside the game. So we are actually able to launch it this following month. So coming October 14th, if memory serves correctly, you will be able to interact with your items from your inventory, specific items, and you will be able to go to a specific building in some of the towns on Narrow's Landing, and mint actual NFTs from your items that you can then see on your wallet and take to secondary markets if you so wish. So NFTs are coming as part of Mirandus NFT creation, will be part of the game. And for November, then, now that item minting, the first iteration of item minting will go out in October. For November, we will continue releasing new updates for Skybound Mind, but also we will include a new feature for actually collecting and interacting with lore items in the game. So now, for the first time in Mirandus, you will actually start seeing letters, books, scrolls, manuscripts, and other types of items that will carry information about the world. So you will be able to learn about the world of Mirandus as you explore it. You will learn about the characters that have shaped the world of Mirandus. You will learn about places. You will learn about the races and their history. So hopefully that will give you an additional motivation to keep exploring the game and see what's there to find. On November, we will be introducing the feature, but probably we'll have just a few bits of lore items placed in the world. As we continue developing Skybound Mind, we will be adding additional lore items there, so that you will always have fresh bits of information about the story of Mirandus. We hope you will like it. And for December, our last release for the year, we are aiming to do the final release of Skybound Mine. So everything should be in place by then. Enemies, even a new enemy in the mix. Special loots, treasures and prizes in Skybound Mine. So it will be a new, more dangerous place that people will be able to explore. And by December, we are also thinking that we will be able to do an update on the in-game minting feature, items on blockchain, because we'll be enabling some of the features that items have step by step for NFTs. Stuff like how does damage and repair interact with items that are now NFTs. So those kinds of features, we need to take a few extra steps, making them work the same way. Hopefully, we can have them be transparent, like NFTs, have them work the same as in-game items, but it may be the case that some restrictions apply indefinitely for NFTs, given the fact that they are living on the blockchain. But we'll let everyone know. We will make sure to communicate that in the game so that people don't end up surprised by how the feature works. So we'll make sure that the game communicates how the feature is working at any point. And by December, we are also aiming to have finally our first technology preview for Deeds. So yeah, we are confident that we can show Deeds working for the first time this December. This will be the first release of a multi-month effort. So at first there will be very little interactivity in the feature. We are aiming to do multiple releases. So whenever we are able to complete like a sub feature, I would say, like a piece of the Deeds feature, whenever it's ready and feels complete, we are aiming to be releasing that. So we will be making updates to Deeds every 2 to 3 months. But for the first release, we are going to let people claim existing deeds or shops in the world. So the same ones that you have seen already in Narrow's Landing. Starting December, they will offer a new option. If you have either deeds or buildings NFTs, the game will offer you to claim that deed or that building, and that will mean that you will be the receiver of the material that deed or shop generates. At first, we'll probably generate just like a passive income test material. I should be more specific. We'll be giving out test material, the same test material that you're finding in the game right now, and we will be giving out test material to players that claim deeds and buildings as a passive income. So regardless of the actual economic activity in the game, you will receive a bunch of test material on the rollover period, which probably will mean daily, like once a day. And then at a later point in development, we will start tracking actual economic activity on deeds and buildings, and then your test material earnings will change over to reflect actual economic activity, and we will continue building from there on. So, but you will be seeing deeds show up for the first time in Mirandus, and you will see how the feature builds and how we build on top of what has come before, and we continue adding complexity to it. And for the next year, we haven't forgotten about in-game chat. We still want to have that feature in the game. We just need to have a little bit of extra bandwidth on the engineering side to be able to get in-game chat past the finish line. I know our main engineer, or rather our
Backend engineer. No.
yeah, but I was going to say like our torch bearer for the in-game chat. Like he's pushing forward mainly for in-game chat. I know he has uh, been able to like demo at least on his local computer the whole communication pipeline, like client to server and then to the other client. But we need to be able to give him a bit more time so that he's able to demonstrate it to the whole team, and then we will be on the finish not on the finish line, but on the last straight line towards the finish. Um, so yeah, the in-game chat, it will come, but it has been difficult to keep it as a number one priority given everything else that we are doing at the same time. And on the next year, we also expect to have another update for items on blockchain, other features that will take up maybe not to parity with in-game items, but as close as possible to parity with in-game items in the way they behave in-game. And still part of the roadmap, creating additional dungeons and obviously continue with the deeds work with all these intermediate releases, so that you guys can see what's going on with deeds and how it's shaping up. So hopefully your favorite feature or favorite pending feature is here in the roadmap. Hopefully you're happy to see it show up. But if not, next month we will have more information on what's coming in the near future for Mirandus. So maybe your personal favorite will show up on the next month's roadmap. So Mia has a question about the in-game chat. Will the in-game chat be text or audio or both? So what we wish to do for in-game chat is text-based. It helps us having a place in the game where you can receive messages that are not only from other players. So maybe we can be sending you system messages through the in-game chat. Or maybe if you are a brand new player, we can send you some tips about what should you be doing in the game via message. And so having it be text-based is, I would say, it's much more flexible for us right now. So we want it to be text-based. And voice chat, I know it works pretty bad in the game right now. Dirty Dan was making a follow-up question there about that, about voice chat. I've been told by the engineers that there should be like ready to use solutions out there that we can leverage and have a much better working voice chat in the game, but we haven't had time to create that, because as soon as we add in-game chat, we also need to add at the same time moderation tools, so that we can be sure that people are behaving when inside the game, right? The same way as Discord, we need to keep things civil and feeling fun for everyone. So I see questions about my use of passive income for the deeds. What I mean is that you will receive like a set amount of test material every rollover time. Let's say every day. Maybe it's a different time base, but let's say once a day you receive your income for the deed or building you claimed, and that at first will be a set amount, just so that we can test and make sure that we can actually have things happen periodically on the server, on the backend logic, regardless of player actions, right? So, and regardless of NPC actions, maybe even. So we can have a certain kind of timer working there and triggering the distribution of test material, and also we can make sure that it works the way we have envisioned, in that you connect and either you receive a message that you have this test material already available, or either it's waiting for you somewhere that you have to go and claim it. But we need to see all these different pieces of the puzzle fit together and work together before putting the next layer on the foundations of the deeds feature, where things will now depend on how the economy is working. So it will be a step-by-step process. So as soon as we are near the release of deeds, we will probably start explaining in detail what should you expect from each release. So coming December, we will probably try and have the blog post, for example, explaining a little more detail how deeds will work on the December release, and you'll be able to have a written reference there on how things will work. Oh, Abdo asks, will there be auto translation for the chat since different countries don't have different servers? Good
That's
suggestion.
hard, but it's a good idea.
A good idea. We don't expect to have that at first. It's enough of a challenge making sure that we are delivering the messages to everyone, and that we have the right moderation tools. But I should add to the roadmap. I will add to the roadmap the idea of this being auto translated. We need to check if we can have not connect to a service for auto translation, because those translations will probably charge us. But maybe we can have a solution running on our backend, or maybe running on each person's computer, where we can check the language of each machine. So yeah, that's actually a good suggestion. Not something coming right away, but we'll look into it. I find it, as a fan of science fiction, I find it very Star Trekky, maybe. The fact that conversations just auto translate. Like in Star Wars, everyone just understands each other, even though they are speaking like wildly different languages. But probably it's more realistic to think that you just have a machine that's taking care of that, of translating language right away. I'm not a Trekkie. I have seen just a few episodes, but I think that's the way the lore works on that universe. Because the other option is that you do like Asimov, and just everyone is a human and everyone speaks English, and that's it. You're done with it. But yeah, auto translation is something very cool that the modern world offers. So another question from Abdo: will you use AI to create more new zones or items faster? We are using AI for development. It is quite different depending on what's your specialty, what's your development area. So programmers are probably the most benefited by AI right now. They have the AI constantly monitoring what they are working on and offering like enhanced auto completion for the code they must write. I don't know, or rather, I know that our backend engineer has been leveraging AI quite a lot for our internal tools development. So our administration web page, and which will be in the future our moderation interface also for the in-game chat. And I've seen that he's been able to develop web interfaces quite quickly by using AI. I've also seen our art director leverage AI, but for internal use mainly. So he can like iterate concept art with the AI back and forth, like ask the AI to generate something, grab or rather generate multiple things, grab them, cut the images, mix them, and pass it back to the AI and tell the AI to polish or refine the like the collage that he has created, and the AI will spit back something that looks cohesive and, uh, and polished and finished. So, and then he will grab that and compose it with other elements that either he takes from the game or has created by himself or has created with help from Photoshop AI. So it's it's like maybe like having an assistant for him, uh, kind of the way that it works for programmers. Um, but on level design tasks, I haven't seen AI capable of doing 3D level design. I think that's way beyond what the current AI is capable of. I've seen it. I've seen experiments and papers around 2D level design with AI, like for something like a Super Mario Brothers game. But it's very, very green, very in its infancy. So not there yet for our level designers. But AI, it's not the only way to speed up development. Um, we uh, for level design, it's very, very useful, for example, to have a catalog of assets. So um, having I know that the art department has uh, worked on creating a catalog of assets for dungeons that they can just uh, deliver in bulk to the designers and tell them, here's your whole palette for developing dungeons. And that I know that that's a big help for level design. So AI is not the only way to speed up development, luckily, because AI can be costly. So we are using AI whenever possible, whenever we've seen it deliver good results. Um,
There's a phrase for that. With great power comes great responsibility. so, so we have to use it wisely.
yeah, it's not a tool that fits everything. So you still have to pick and choose your tools depending on what you are creating. Um, Koisar says, please keep AI to a minimum. Um, as we said, we are using it as long as it gives good results, or maybe even as a foundation for something that you work on top of, and then at the end, nothing looks like AI because you have iterated and edited and combined and mixed with other work. So at the end, it's not really. It doesn't look like AI.
I do have to say that for comms is very useful, especially for us that are not English speakers as our first language. AI
Yeah,
does help a lot for that.
yeah. I've used it. I've used it for messaging before, like announcements and stuff. But I usually end up writing something myself or rather writing until I'm blocked. I go to the AI, I ask the AI to write me something about like the same thing I'm trying to write. AI comes up with something that looks totally AI generated, right? With M dashes and this whole up like extremely upbeat style of writing. So I will go in and say, okay, this is not the way I write, but these phrases, these paragraphs look good. Grab those, put them inside my announcement, and that will usually unblock me and let me finish the announcement, and then do like an edition for like a copy editing for the whole thing, and then um, I will feel like it's good enough for publication. So yeah, AI, it helps a lot, but I prefer it as an assistant, as I was saying before, not for something that you will launch right away the same way it gave it to you. For building claim, do you have code in place? Or rather, I'm sorry, Punjab is asking, for building claim, do you have code in place for duplicate claims using NFT to claim more than one claim per NFT? The code is not there yet. Engineers are just now starting to code this, but I hope that they will catch this before we start testing. But we will definitely test against being able to claim just one building or just one deed per NFT. If engineering doesn't catch that, QA will probably catch that. So yeah, we will make sure that that players claim as many buildings or deeds as they have NFTs. Oh, and Game Bounty asks about Land Rush. We want to have the first release of deeds have time limited claims. So you will, after a certain time of having claimed a deed or a building, you will lose your claim, and you will be on a cooldown for that building or deed. So if you wish to continue claiming, you can go back in the game and claim another building or another deed. Or if no one claims the same deed or building during your cooldown, then you can claim the same one again. So there are rules. We will enforce rules that help as much as possible with player rotation for all deeds and all buildings. And we will add additional features to continue helping with player rotation on following releases. So we are very cognizant that there's a limited amount of deeds and buildings in Narrows Landing. We are trying to give as much chances to everyone as possible that they can participate in the claiming mechanic. But it will probably, in the long run, need additional zones so that there's additional deeds and additional buildings up until we strike a balance between how many players are there in the game, participating actively in the game, and how much land, deeds, and buildings are there available in the game for people to interact with. So yeah, we know, but in the meantime, while we don't have that much space, we can build the feature and test it with the players that are able to go in and claim. So uh, for players, for everyone to be able to claim and participate in the economy that way. Yeah, we need a bit more time for to have space for everyone to be able to participate. But at least we will have the features the feature there and working. You have to understand that when I say we need time, sometimes we need engineering time, sometimes we need level design time, and these things work in parallel. So engineers can be advancing in one aspect, level designers can be advancing on another, entirely different aspect. There are points of synchronization where features that engineering is creating need to be there in place for designers to use them. Other times is engineers would get blocked without certain design decisions, so they start working on other elements of the game while the design is established. So it's these are efforts that go in parallel uh, many times. Many times they go in parallel and don't touch for a mm, couple of days, maybe even for a week, if things are like very well defined and the challenges are big enough. Yeah, they could be running for a while there, each on their own. Um, okay, yeah. Well, there's many comments and a lot of conversation going on about what we've presented on the roadmap. But I also know that we have a question that was written before even the town hall, so I wish to answer it here. So Webkist wrote in and asked, can you provide some clarity on the event items? Will higher rarity provide a better bonus to dual dagger mastery or alchemy in the future? And the answer is yes. I wrote to Kuro this morning asking about this, and he confirmed that, yeah, the idea is to have the rarities be related to uh, like the utility uh, of the trinkets on event items in general. And yes, higher rarity event items will provide a better bonus. So hopefully WebKits will see this town hall. Arman is joking about my lack of Star Trek knowledge, but sorry, I will. It's still on Netflix, so I at sometime I will see Star Trek start to finish.
There are a lot of shows there.
Yeah, that's the main issue. Whenever I have time, there's so many shows to catch up. Did you know that Mythbusters is now available on YouTube for free, like all
Oh,
the
that's good.
seasons? I,
Oh,
yeah, I
That's good to
started on
hear.
season one.
Yeah.
I had
that
seen,
was a good show.
yeah, so funny, and also it's striking to see Adam Savage so young, and now he has his own channel on YouTube now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And last time I saw him, he was on an anechoic chamber, I think it's called, like those that don't have any echo or reverberation whatsoever,
Mhm.
like total noise absorption on the walls, ceilings, and floor. And he said that that was a great place to test his hearing aid. And I was like, what? He's using hearing aids. Oh my God. And I felt so
We're
uh
old.
yeah, I felt like, oh, I'm going the same route. Everyone's going to the same place. Okay.
That happens.
That and my oldest podcast that I still hear, video game podcast, the Cheapest Gamer podcast. The main guy there, CPD, he's using reading glasses now. and he was telling stories on how he bought them on the supermarket and stuff, and I that also made me feel old. I remember the episodes where he was father, and now his child is going to college and stuff. Like, oh my god, how how long I've been hearing for to that podcast, and how long has it been since like I started listening to podcasts in general. Um, uh, so we've been here a long time. There's just one question, last question from C Money 37. Will we eventually be able to customize our exemplars? I think we discussed this on another town hall, but yes, our idea is that we should implement exemplar customization in the game. We want to do it. It's fun. It's something that MMOs usually let you do, like to express yourself and try and look different from other players. So yeah, that's a feature that we want. Our art director reminds me that we even explored possible hairstyles. Like,
That's good. Mhm.
yeah, yeah. I remember seeing hairstyles. I remember seeing skin colors also, different skin colors. But we need to find the time to do that. So as soon as we get out, we get our top priorities out and have them working in the game. um, we can start looking at secondary features, those that make the game more engrossing, maybe
Mhm.
make you feel like you are in the world. So yeah.
I, there's a
Mhm.
very funny question from Punjab. Where where are you guys going to pull new game sounds from? My lady exemplar sounds pretty manly. We know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we know that's an issue. We've
There's
discussed
a
that. We're sorry.
technical challenge there. Yeah, we
Yeah.
haven't been able to jump to audio pipeline at all. But it's on the short list of things we need
Yeah.
to take care of.
Figure
Yeah,
out. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. We need to figure out how we will be working on new sound files
Mm,
for Mirandus.
it's
And
And
mhm.
one thing, we're approaching the full hour, so
Yeah, yeah, we should
yes.
say thank you to everyone. Thank you, Joshua,
Yes.
for
Thank
helping me on this town hall once again. Thank you, Doug, for setting everything up. And thank you, everyone, for participating. Thank you for your questions. They were very interesting this time around. Very good questions. We will keep track of everything that we've been talking about so that we can make the game um, as fun as possible for everyone. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's it, everyone. Thank you. Take
Thank
care.
you, everyone.
thank you,
See you.
everyone. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.